Hey there, everyone. How you doing today? So, was working out earlier today. Listened to Grant Cardone's most recent interview talking about buying multifamily, buying apartments, buying garden-style apartments, which is sort of the Class B stuff. Really highlighting what he's purchased recently, and really highlighting that he is going to be okay. He's going to survive this. He's going to come out stronger. And I agree. I don't see how Grant will lose any of his properties if what he said in that video is true, which I'm just going to take him at his word. That his LTVs are around 60 to 65%. That debt is agency debt. It is predominantly interest only. It is predominantly interest only for 5 to 10 years. His portfolio is going to be fine. But, that said, while I think Grant, if the measure is, does Grant lose any properties? If that's the measure of success, yeah, he's going to be fine. It's going to be stressful. He's going to have some workouts and maybe has a forbearance or two on one or two of his properties just to get through this. But I don't see how Grant Cardone, his capital structure, implodes, because the agency debt is to the point where they're not going to want to foreclose. He's a huge borrower. They're not going to start those dominoes. But that said, at least how I understand the capital structure, much of that equity is not Grant's money. It is limited partners. And I believe his limited partners are in for years of pain. And by years of pain, meaning returns will be zero or near zero. And I just wanted to take the numbers that I heard him say this morning in his video and kind of put them into math. And to do that, I wanted to create a quick PowerPoint, again, walking through the numbers that he gave and talk about why I think Grant will be fine, but his limited partners are going to have a tough couple of years. So let me share that. So again, what I heard Grant talk about today, 8,000 units, multifamily, garden-style apartments, warm states, 9 months out of the year, all good stuff, all solid reasons to buy. Again, I don't see Grant losing a single unit, a single building, but let's understand the math that he said. So first off, I believe I heard him say the average rent is $1,500, kind of that sweet spot. So again, just to take 8,000 times 1,500, his business, his entities, however he's structured, is collecting or could collect $12 million a month. That's just amazing to say. $12 million a month. That's $144 million a year at full occupancy. That's just amazing. During his video this morning that I heard, I think it was recorded yesterday, I believe I heard him say 88% of his units are occupied. That is obviously a blend across his portfolio. So if you take 12%, which is vacant, times 8,000, that equals 960 vacancies. That's just math. So again, if you take 960 vacancies away from 8,000, that leaves him with 7,040 tenants. Again, simple math. What I also heard him say, which I thought was interesting, in one of those numbers that you're like, did you really just say that? But again, he said 88% of rent has been collected. I got to tell you, I think it's odd that he has 88% occupied and 88% rent collected. That's just odd. It's just really odd. But again, not out of the realm of possibility. So I will take him at his word. So if you take number of tenants, which is 7,040 times 88%, that means he has 6,195 paying tenants, right? So again, 88% occupied, 88% paid. That means of his 8,000 units, 6,195 tenants paid rent. So again, easy math, right? 8,000 units, 7,040 units occupied. Only 600 or 6,195 are paying, or what you and I can call economic occupancy. 7,040 are occupied. I call those heartbeats. 6,195 are paying, are heartbeats plus checks. Interesting. So if you take 6,195 times 1,500, you actually get rent collection of $9,292,500. Just to get a scale, right? We started this conversation at 12 million. You subtract 9,292,500. It leaves you with $2,707,500, whatever that is. He's missing about $2.7 million in rent. So again, occupancy at 88% equals economic occupancy at 77.4%. You simply divide 12 million divided by 9 million, whatever. You see the numbers right there. So again, it's one thing to say he's occupied at 88%, but his economic occupancy is only 77.4%. And that's a problem. So in the end, at 77% economic occupancy, I do not think any syndicator loses a property. I believe the debt is serviced. I believe the buildings are turned. I believe you could limp along. However, I do not believe you are paying your preferred return with only 77% occupied. That's what I see here. Is I don't see Grant Cardone, the syndicator, the GP, being in any kind of trouble. Yes, it's going to be stressful. Yes, it's going to be a bunch of work, but Grant's fine. He's not going to lose anything. He probably doesn't even miss a single mortgage payment. At 77% economic occupied, he is again fine, and he again will have the ability to get out of this. But it's the LPs, it's the investors, it's the equity. I see them being in trouble. And by in trouble, meaning the equity is locked up. You won't be able to access it for 10 years. You're probably not going to get any returns, your preferred returns, for years, probably 2 or 3. So in the end, that's what I think. So that's what I thought. I wanted to take the math that I heard from Grant's presentation, kind of break it down, and why I think Grant will be fine. So hopefully that makes sense. If I misheard his videos, let me know, leave comments below, but have a great day. Thanks.